If you're operating in a healthy market, but you don't have enough production capacity to fully capture customer demand, then you may have a unique opportunity to increase your sales revenue without it costing you a penny. And if this is the case, you should take that opportunity. I do a LinkedIn poll every 6 months looking at supply and demand. And on the last 2 occasions, 2/3 of respondents have said that demand has exceeded their capacity, which implies that there are operational bottlenecks limiting their revenue. Now, there's 2 sources of new demand. There are new customers, and then there's your existing customer base. And when you think about your existing customer base, there's 2 sides of the coin. On one hand, if your performance is good, they can be enticed to order more product from you. On the other hand, if your performance is poor, then they may move away from you and go to your competitors. So there is very compelling reasons to improve performance and increase throughput so that you're capturing the maximum amount of customer demand that you can, and so you can translate that into revenue. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is you can make investments in capacity. I'm talking about capital equipment, adding new staff. Those things cost money. The second thing is efficiency improvements. And there are efficiency improvements that don't cost a cent. It's just you're updating your way of working, and that can be enough to dramatically improve throughput. And I'm going to give you some examples. Let's say you have a company that has a 20% net margin, and then through productivity enhancements, you're able to grow your revenue by 5% because you've captured unmet demand. Now your COGS is going to increase, but it won't increase 5%. It only increases 3% because you're consuming more material. You bear those costs, but you don't have any additional indirect or direct labor costs. You have an efficiency cost savings in effect that occurs there. So that in the end, that 5% of increased revenue gives you 2% extra of net profit. So you went from 20 to 22. And here's another example, this time based on a past client of ours who was able to increase their production rate by 58% and to do it exclusively with efficiency enhancements. There were no additional capital costs. So 58% more revenue, only 35% more COGS because they did have to continue paying for more material. That trickled down to the bottom line to allow them to go from 20% to 38% net margin. That's pretty good. So you can ask yourself, what would the ability to increase your throughput and work much more efficiently, perhaps realizing additional cost improvements, do for your business?